on, you totally radical YouTubers? It's RadicalRich here again with another minifig customized review. And this time I decided to show a video of the minifigs I customized of Marvel's Power Pack. Now, I know what you're thinking. Here's like the four original members: Alex, Julie, Jack and Katie. But I've also wanted to include other kid-like heroes as well, with like Franklin and Valerina, the Fantastic Four's kids, and Honey Badger, and Light Tracker and LCD, a lot with some more characters. And also here we've got like some OC characters, you know, original characters. Well, we got my character here, Una. You might saw from my last video about my characters, the Speed Kids, and a lot of new characters here called that we'll soon get to. But anyway, let's get on with the minifigs we customized and see what y'all think. So we'll start off with the leader of that Power Pack, Alex, who I've made, and he's the leader of Power Pack, and he's about 12 years old, and also his superpowers from the team is that he people might think he has telekinesis, but it ain't really telekinesis. It's the power of gravity that he uses. So yeah, there's Alex. Well, I'm trying to paint their logos on their chests were really difficult work, especially Alex. His version was the hardest, and oh yeah, he goes by, his superhero name is Zero G. Not bad name, but it's alright. So yeah, there's Zero G. Here is my favourite member of Power Pack, Julie, also known as Lightspeed, and her superpowers are she can run super fast and fly super fast as well, and she's also the brains of the team as well, and every time when she flies she can make a rainbow trail. And me and my friend Brian, we always thought that her logo on her Lightspeed outfit looks almost like the Pink Floyd logo a bit, and that sort of gave me an idea as well that we'll soon get to next. So we'll move on to next minifig. And here's the mischievous member of Power Pack, Jack, or known as Mass Master. And what his powers is that he can turn his whole body into cloud form. Not much of a power, but still alright. And he's like the mischievous member who loves baseball and that. Always up to mischief as well. So there's Mass Master. And he's 8 years old. And oh yeah, and Julie is 10 years old. So there's Mass Master for you. And here's the baby of Power Pack, Katie, or also known as Energizer. And she's about 5 years old, and her powers are that she can shoot heat beams out of her hands. So that's Energizer for you. Very mischievous she is. Oh, I do feel like I need to repaint her outfit a bit. Give it a double yellow coating. And with her being 5 years old, I decided to lower her, put yellow studs on her and put yellow square parts on her just to make her look a bit smaller. So yeah, there's Lightspeed for you. I mean Energizer, sorry. Now here's Julie again, but this time she's not in her Lightspeed outfit. She's in her new updated outfit known as the Felix. And if you want to know why she's in her own Felix outfit, my friend Brian, he written out his own Power Pack story called Power Pack Felix Rise Again. And in this, she becomes the new Felix, but she doesn't go crazy. Sorry, I can't say Phoenix well at the moment because I'm still getting over my tonsillitis a bit and my throat is still a bit funny, but I'm fully better. well, in this story, she becomes a new Phoenix and with the Phoenix powers, but she doesn't go stir crazy like the Dark Phoenix. And also, she gets it from the help of Jean Grey's old childhood friend called Annie Richardson. So we'll get to her next. And also, do check out my friend Brian's Power Pack story, Power Pack Phoenix Rise Again, because it is such a good story and it has all these characters in my video in it. So we'll now move on to the next minifig. And here is Annie Richardson, Jean Grey's old childhood friend when she was a child. And she got hit by a car in Jean's flashback before. And what my friend Brian had the idea was making her the keeper of the Phoenix, a bit like Mothra's, fairies, the Sobergens, how they're the keepers of Mothra. My friend Brian decided to do the same idea with Annie Richardson, and here she's like wearing like a fire-like bikini, and also uses the power to gift to the people who is wealthy of the Phoenix, and that's why she gave it to Julie. But problem is she's a ghost, and it's even hard to give her a hug, even how she wants one. So that's the keeper of the Phoenix for you. And here's Power Pack's very first fifth member, or should I say the fifth member of the Fantastic Four, or should I say sixth member, including Herbie, Franklin Richards. And I wanted to do it first. I wanted to put him in his Power Pack uniform where he wore like an orange outfit and he had the name Tattletale. But I just thought how with his sister Valerina joining the team as well, they didn't put him in his Power Pack outfit much, and he just wore his own Fantastic Four uniform. And with this one, I decided to have him like wearing his number 5 Fantastic Four t-shirt that I made for him, so he can match more well with his sister. So yeah, there's Franklin for you. And I did the same with Katie Powers' legs as well, gave him that little small look so he could look more like he was 5 years old. I know he was the same age as Katie. Well, I know in the original comics he was a bit more younger than Katie, like he was about 3 years old, but I think in the more change they made him older than her, about same age and a bit older. But yeah, there's Franklin for you, the son of a genius. So we'll move on to his sister now. So here's Franklin's cool little sister, Valerina, the sixth member of the Fantastic Four, or should you say seventh, because including Herbie as well. So with same as Franklin and Katie, I decided to give Valerina the small look as well, how she is Franklin's younger sister. Sometimes at first when I saw Valerina, I thought she was like Franklin's twin sister that they decided to add on, until I found out she was more smaller. So yeah, there's Valerina. So we'll now move on to the next minifig. Just a little heads up, there's one minifig in this full Power Pack gang that I couldn't make, and that was Herbie, Reed's robot lab assistant. And in Brian's story, Herbie becomes a member of Power Pack too, but I just couldn't make him. Having to order his parts and stuff as well, because, and I just would have liked it if there was like a decent instruction book to make a minifig of Herbie, like he was in the Lego Marvel video game. So yeah, he's the only one I couldn't make. And if you look at the drawing that my friend Brian did, you can just see him there, just sat next to Una, just doing a nice little chair. So anyway, sorry about that. I had to say how I couldn't make Herbie, but I have heard Lego is going to be making a big buildable minifig, or a big buildable figure of Herbie, you know, a bit like my Tyrannosaurus, baby Tyrannosaurus sculpture there. But I just hope in future with the upcoming Doomsday movie, I hope they include Herbie in a set. Come on, Marvel, please, so I can just complete this team. So anyway, we'll now move on to the next minifig. So also now we move on to a character who only appeared in like 1 or 2 Power Pack comics in the 80s. Light Tracker. Now, she was a mutant that could teleport like Nightcrawler, but with Nightcrawler, how he can think of the place where he can teleport to. With Light Tracker, every time she sees bright light, it makes her teleport by force. And she always has to wear sunglasses so she can keep control of herself. And in the comic, she wore like normal clothes, but my friend Brian brought her back in his Power Pack Phoenix Rise Again story, and she's like wearing a bikini inspired on the song Itsy Bitsy Teeny. Oh, I can't say the song well because I keep saying it wrong. And she also wears a cape as well, a blue cape. And she also uses a torch to help her with her teleporting as well, ever since she joins Power Pack. So, yeah, there's Light Tracker for you. And now, for the most very cheeky, mischievous clone of Wolverine, Honey Badger, also known as Gabby Kinney. And here I've did a design to make those patterns on her eyes and mouth. Oh, it's fading away a bit. I need to redesign it a bit. And also used Wolverine's outfit here for her own outfit, but also put on Wolverine's claws, but I had to cut out the 2 on the side because how with Honey Badger, she only has one claw coming out of her knuckles, and with her sister X-23 she has 2, and Wolverine he has 3. So yeah, there's Honey Badger for you. And I might just sort the just give her designs on her face a bit of a redesign. So yeah, there's Honey Badger for you. I'll move on to the next minifigs. So here's the next character, LCD, the robot helper of the robotic Wolverine. I think his name was Winston. I always like to call him Mecha Wolverine, you know, like Metal Sonic and Mecha Godzilla, you know, evil robot twins. But I don't know if Winston was evil or not. I haven't read any comics about him. So, his helper, LCD. And LCD, she's one of those characters, a bit like, you know, Elmer Fudd from Looney Tunes. You know, she can't say R right, so she can only say W. So if she saw me, she'll say, "Hello, RadicalRich." And like if she met Bugs Bunny, she said, "Oh, nice little wabbit." Like when Elmer Fudd says, "I'm hunting wabbits." Or, "Now, I'll get you, wabbit." Yes. So yeah, here's LCD for you. And same as Franklin, Valerina and Katie, I used the smaller stud pieces to make her look 5 years old. Because it said, well, I know she is a robot, but she was supposed to be like a 5-year-old robot. So there's LCD for you. And see you later, wabbit. Now, here are the tricky ones to make. The Silver Skin French twins, Manon and Maximus. They were really tricky for me to make. Now, I've forgotten what their superpowers are, but in the story, they become part of Power Pack as well. But Jack had to do some French translating for them. And I was hoping, when I saw a lot of these cameos in X-Men 97, I was hoping they would make a cameo. And same with X-23 and Honey Badger. But who knows, maybe they'll show up in the next season or something. So yeah, there's Manon and Maximus. And it was the first time I met them in Brian's story, Power Pack Phoenix Rise Again. That was the first time I've met them, and I did ask them, with their silver skin, if they were either related to Silver Surfer, but no, with Manon and Maximus, they were mutants, and Silver Surfer, he's an alien. And then I thought, were they related to Spider-Man's villain here, Mr. Negative, how he has silver skin as well. And Brian did say that they're not related to either both Silver Surfer or Mr. Negative. But it was just a thought I thought of, and it was the first time I met them. So anyway, let's move on to the next minifig. And that's all the characters in Marvel's Power Pack who joined the main team Power Pack. And now we're moving on to the OCs of the team. So here we go. So to start off with the OCs, we'll do the most badass one that my friend Brian made, called Machine Gun Kelly. And I like to say, when I saw the drawing that my friend Brian did of Machine Gun Kelly, I thought she looked so badass. And what she is, right, she's like got guns attached to her arms and her belly and her back as well. But there was one supposed to come out of her leg as well, but I couldn't glue it on. So what I did was I used lightsaber holds and glued them on her to make them look like her machine guns. When I put her on display in my loft and take you on another tour, you might see her blasting some parts out of her machine guns. So for her backstory was she was like kidnapped by the main villain in the story, Reverend Jason Stryker, and he's the main villain in Power Pack Phoenix Rise Again, and a couple of other Marvel villains as well, like the Juggernaut and Hate Monger, and that X-Men villain, Cameron, I've forgotten his name, but also my super villains as well, called the Sledgehammer, appears in it as well. And with Machine Gun Kelly, she was kidnapped by Reverend Stryker, and also my main supervillain, the Black Claw, who was the Prime Minister of Great Britain, who you saw in my last video, the Speak Kids minifigs. And he used a device and injected it into Kelly, and it made her a bit of a cyborg to make guns come out of her body. And after that, Reverend Stryker used her as a living weapon to eliminate mutants. But then after that, Power Pack first fought her in a junkyard, and then they also run into her again, but with some more friends, and then they fight her again, but then she's out of the mind control and she turns on their side. So yeah, that's Machine Gun Kelly for you. Pretty sick of it. Pretty sick OC, I think she is. So we'll now move on to the next one. And I think you might remember Hypergirl from my last video, but this time I've updated her outfit to give her new logo. And just like when I saw Julie's Pink Floyd inspirement logo on her outfit, I decided to give Una her logo to look almost like the Blue Oyster Cult logo, who sung the song "Whoa, no, there goes Tokyo, go, go, Godzilla, woo!" So I decided to give her a logo inspired on Blue Oyster Cult, and Godzilla is her adopted dad after all. So yeah, there's Hypergirl, and I've updated her mask too to make it better, not like it's a bit smushed. So yeah, there's Hypergirl for you. Now we'll move on to the next minifig. Now, here is Brian's other character called Jill Maximoff, or Jillian Maximoff, I sometimes like to call her, because I always find Jillian such a cute name. And she's not like a character that's, got powers or anything. She's just a common civilian. But a new OC that my friend Brian made, and with her, she's the new love interest for Jack down there. And Brian decided to make it be like a little inspiration tribute to the nursery rhyme, Jack and Jill. Well, I just hope they don't fall down the hill and break their crowns. Well, Jill did came tumbling, but I think she just only had a couple of bruises, but Jack broke his crown. Well, just stay in your cloud form, Jack, if you fall down, so you won't break your crown, and go to bed and mend your head with vinegar brown bound paper. So, yeah, sorry about that. I'll just talk about Jill's backstory. So, Jill, she's just a common girl, 8-year-old girl that Jack likes, and she does eventually become his girlfriend. And also, I decided to give her this new idea as well that Brian liked. And I said to her, I've made up my OC called Mr. Vice, and he is like a very good mafia boss, but he's not like one of those ones where he just does the drug deals for money, right? Well, he does do it for money, but he wants to give the money to children's hospitals, and that's what Jill was like, always wants to help out at hospitals and do good things, like how her dad does criminal-ish things, but does it for good. So, and how Brian called her Jill Maximoff, I decided to call my mafia boss Mr. Vice, but that's his mafia name, you know, like how Wilson Fisk is called the Kingpin. And I decided to give Mr. Vice a real name, call him Gavin Maxwell, so he can be Jill's dad. And I also gave him a wife as well called Lola Maxwell. Well, I think it was Lola I called it. Oh, I forgot. I need to do a bit more writing. So anyway, let's move on to the next minifig. Now here is Brian's OC that I really liked a lot, called Atomic Star, and she wears a vest jacket with on her outfit, and she also has Hyperion's logo, and I think I need to give that a bit of a redesign. You know, paint it a bit more like the same logo as Hyperion has. And what her powers were, she went on a trip to a power plant, and she accidentally got radioactive powers, and could use microwave blasts out of her hand, and she can also fly as well. And then with Atomic Star, I liked her a lot so much. I decided to, with my OC, Speed Boy, you know, Happy Girl's sister's boyfriend, I decided to make Atomic Star be Speed Boy's cousin. And I am writing another story about the Speed Kids where they meet Spider-Man, and Atomic Star joins as well, and she goes with Spider-Man, and they battle the Sinister Six, and Spider-Man here also has to be Atomic Star's mentor to train her how to use her powers well. Hey, I love the little kid. She's a cute 10-year-old that always seems to be a mischievous kid sidekick for me. Well, she is better than Robin, though. Robin's more my age. You say it there, Spidey. Now we'll move on to the last of the minifigs. Now, here's the last of the minifigs, Quake. And she wears a protective glass gear across her face. And also has like a blue streak going down her hair. And what her powers are is she can use her hands to put on the ground to make earthquakes, a bit like Avalanche, the X-Men villain, and also like Megalon from Godzilla. When he sticks his drills in the ground, he can cause a lot of earthquakes as well. I like to say Quake is a real cute member of Power Pack. So yeah, there's Quake for you. Right then, so that's all the minifigs of Power Pack done. So all the characters on this side all belong to Marvel, but my friend Brian gave ones like Annie Richardson and Light Tracker a bit of an update, and also Julie an update with her Phoenix powers, and also the characters on the right are also well, Hypergirl's my OC, but the rest are all Brian's OCs who joined Power Pack. And I asked Brian if Una could also join Power Pack as well, and he decided she could. And I did also thought maybe Molly Hayes from Runaways could join, but he couldn't find a way to squeeze her in. And in the story, he mentions a story I'm going to write where my character Speed Boy, Richard Hayes, who is also Molly's older brother. So that makes Atomic Star and Molly Hayes cousins as well. He's somewhere out in Los Angeles looking for Molly right now in this Power Pack story of Brian's, and he'll soon come back with her, and Molly and Una will become the best of sister characters. And yeah, Molly does join my Speed Kids team as well. So yeah, that's the whole Power Pack team for you. And also in the story, right, Annie gives each member of Power Pack a friendship bracelet to know if and there's like a contact beep on it to let each Power Pack member know if they need anything, they'll always come. And well, for Honey Badger, she lives with X23 in an apartment somewhere, and Power Pack live in their apartment in Manhattan, and we know Franklin and Valerina live in the Baxter building with their family. And I think Light Tracker, she lives somewhere in New York, and both Manon and Maximus, they become X-Men members. I don't know where LCD is right now in the story, but where she lives. And for Jill, I just put her in a random penthouse apartment in Manhattan that her crime boss dad owns, but he usually does his work business in Las Vegas, and sometimes Jill and her mum go to visit him, and sometimes that makes Jill go visit Una a lot, because in my Speed Kids stories I decided to have the Speed Kids live in Las Vegas. And for Atomic Star, I think she lives in a random apartment in Manhattan. And for Quake, I think she lives somewhere on Staten Island. And Machine Gun Kelly, she lives used to live with her mum and dad, but they're like wounded in hospital. And after the story, I think Brian said that they moved her mum and dad to the Baxter building to help him get better, and Machine Gun Kelly's living with the Fantastic Four for a while. So that's all the members of Power Pack done. And please like, share and subscribe. And don't do it for me, but do it for my cats. But none of them are here at the moment, so I can't point them out to you. So I'll see you in the next video, and hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.